Grinding noise. The stripped gear. Think of a grinding noise as the sound of a bicycle chain that has slipped off its track. Instead of the smooth, click 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 of the machine working properly, you hear a harsh, metallic, or plastic scraping sound. In a printer, this is a major warning sign that something is physically blocking a moving part, or that the teeth on a plastic gear have been stripped away. The most common culprit, paper jams. The most frequent cause of a grinding sound is a piece of paper stuck where it doesn't belong. If a page gets crumpled up inside the gears or rollers, the motor will keep trying to turn, but the paper acts like a wooden wedge. The plastic gears will try to force the paper through, but because they can't move, the teeth of the gears will jump over each other, creating that loud grinding noise. Before you do anything else, you should turn off the printer and use a flashlight to look deep inside for any tiny scraps of paper or even a stray staple that might be wedged in the gears. Worn out or stripped gears. Printers are full of tiny plastic gears that act like the transmission in a car. Over time, these plastic teeth can wear down, especially if the printer has been used heavily for many years. If a gear becomes stripped, it means the teeth have been flattened or broken off. When that gear tries to turn its neighbor, it just slips and grinds against the broken spot. This usually happens in the paper feed assembly or the exit rollers. If the noise happens every time the printer tries to pick up a sheet of paper, a gear in that area is likely broken and will need to be replaced by a technician. The clogged inkjet carriage. If you have an inkjet printer, the carriage is the part that holds the ink cartridges and slides back and forth across the page on a metal rail. This carriage is pulled by a small rubber belt. If a piece of paper is sticking up, or if there is a big glob of dried ink on the rail, the carriage will hit it and get stuck. The motor will keep pulling the belt, which will slip against the stuck carriage, making a loud, rhythmic grinding or chugging noise. Cleaning the metal rail with a soft cloth and making sure the parking area, where the ink sits, is free of gunk, can often stop the noise. The failing fuser or toner cartridge. In a laser printer, the fuser, the part that melts the ink, and the toner cartridge both have their own sets of gears. If the rollers inside the fuser become seized, meaning they are stuck and won't spin, or if the internal parts of a cheap, third-party toner cartridge are broken, they will resist being turned. The printer's main motor will fight against this resistance, causing the gears to grind. A quick way to test this is to remove the toner cartridge. If the noise stops when you try to run a self-test without the cartridge, you know the problem was inside that specific plastic container. A simple rule for noises. If you hear a grinding noise, the best thing to do is stop. Don't keep trying to print, as forcing the gears to grind can turn a simple problem into a permanent hardware failure where the motor itself burns out. Open all the access doors, remove the paper trays, and check for anything that shouldn't be there, like a paperclip, a pen, or even a buildup of thick dust that might be acting like a wrench in the works.